Hey you guys, so I'm chilling at the house. My first client is not going to be here for another hour, so we're just hanging out, and I was just doing my little daily, I don't know, I guess you could call them meditations. So I figured I would just kind of share with you guys like what I do every morning to kind of give you an idea of like, you know, how easy it is to kind of get yourself in a better state of mind. I've been doing this for like a couple weeks now, and before I started I was like really anxious most of the time. I just felt like my heart was gonna beat out of my chest most days, and it was really hard to calm myself down, and I knew something was wrong, but I had no idea even where to start. And it started with Peter. Peter Mon, he has his Peterisms channel, and he just does like daily meditations and stuff on there. And he was reading this book, and it was called If Life's a Game, Then These Are the Rules. And there's a saying in there that lessons are repeated until they're learned. And that really resonated with me. So I was like, I want to go get that book. So I went to the bookstore to get that book, and I looked everywhere, couldn't find it, asked the girl, she said they didn't have it in store, but they could order it. And I was like, well, thinking, well, I could order it myself and probably find it somewhere cheaper. I like to buy books at the bookstore, you know what I mean? Some of you guys must love to go to the bookstores like I do. I love it. When I was a kid, that was me and my grandpa's thing we used to do together, is we go to the bookstore, and it was always so fun. That's just kind of how I get him, because he traveled a lot, and I didn't, I'll make a video about this one day, but I didn't grow up with my dad. I just had my grandpa. So he was like my dad, and that was our bonding thing, was we'd go to the bookstore. So anyway, I was like, well, I'll just get something different since they're out of what I'm looking for. And that's when I bought the book, The Secret. Let me grab it and show it to you. Let me grab my books. Okay, so first one I bought, did I even grab it? Yeah, it is. This was the first one I bought, was The Secret. I really liked this one. I finished it really quick. It's one you could really breeze through in a day or two, but it's one for me that you need to like read and digest. Like, it's not something like, like a fiction. I like fiction books because I can kind of breeze through them. I like kind of create a movie in my head as I'm reading them, so I can kind of skim through them really fast. But this one is like, you need to think about it. Like, you read something. For me, I would read it and then I'd think about it. And what I do every morning with this is I'll literally get up, I sit here, and I go like this. Okay? So this is the page I open to. Secret Summaries. So, the law of attraction is the law of nature. It's impartial as the law of gravity. Nothing can come into your experience unless you summon it through persistent thoughts. And it's funny, I think I had this page like yesterday, the day before. To know what you're thinking, ask yourself how you're feeling. It's impossible to feel bad and at the same time have good thoughts. This one, it talks about the secret shifters and all that. But anyway, so I would just read through this, pick out the things that really resonate with me today, and I'll write it down in my journal real quick. Once I'm done with that, I do my gratitude list. And my gratitude list is just 10 things that I'm grateful for. I've been writing them every day. Here's one. I think I have one that was just... Yeah, okay. So this is just a gratitude list, and then at the bottom I like wrote a little saying, but you just do 1 through 10, and you write what you're grateful for, but also why you're grateful for it. Like this day, I wrote, my first thing was, I'm thankful for this day because it brings new opportunities. And then, you go through, so you'll write your 10 things, and you write what you're thankful for and why. And then after you're done writing it, you're going to go back through and you're going to read it. And after each one, you're going to read it, I'm thankful for this day because it brings new opportunities. And you say, thank you, thank you, thank you. You're going to go through your whole list and do that. And then after that, you're really done with that. And that's just like my daily thing. And then what I do after that is I'll read one chapter from this book, The Magic. This is like a daily meditation book. So today I'm on day 8, and I already read it for today. And it was about giving thanks for food and drinks. So it gives you like one little thing that you're supposed to do each day. So for today, every time that I take a drink or eat something, I say thank you before. It's really easy. And this is actually what started the 10 things to be grateful for. My task for this book is every single day I've got to write my 10 things to be grateful for. And it's really easy. And I remember when the first day I was like, I don't know, that might take a while. I don't know if I feel like doing that, blah, blah, blah. But I told myself, I was like, well, you bought this book and you want it to work. So if you want it to work, then you got to do what it says. And that's what it says to do. I really like it because it's really short. Like, your chapters are just a couple pages each, and I actually had to skim through and look because it said it was 28 days. As I said, I'm on day 8. As you can see, I'm like a good portion in. So, and I just kind of went through it real quick just to see, and yeah, it does have 28 days in here, so I guess they're even shorter towards the end. But yeah, you just go through, you read your thing for the day and do the little task, and they're really easy things. Like I said, honestly, the list of 10 things is probably the most like extensive kind of thing that you have to do. Everything else is really easy. Like, thank you. I'm so thankful that I have this matcha and that it's made well. It needs to be mixed a little bit better, but thank you for this matcha. Thank you for the people that went out of their way, the people that produce the milk, who produce the powder, who produce the ice, the cup, the straws, the people who brought it to the Starbucks. Thank you for all of that, and I'm thankful for this drink. You don't have to say thank you like that, but you know what I mean? Like, just remember, like, because it's like easy to be like, yeah, this is the easy thing. Somebody poured some milk into a cup and put some powder in it and shook it, and then now I have a drink. But there's so much more than that, because somebody created this design, and somebody designed this cup, and somebody made this straw, and somebody, you know, like, they made each part of this drink. Somebody took care of the cows that produced this milk, you know, so it's just remembering to say thank you, because this is a luxury. Food and water is a necessity, but it's also a luxury in a lot of ways. Like, not everybody just has food and water accessible to them at all times. So sometimes just, you know, just to say thank you. And that's all you gotta do. And that's what this book is all about. The magic is gratitude. So saying thank you for everything. Like, thank you that my hair is curly. Thank you that I got this sweatshirt at Target that I obviously really love because I wear it all the time. Thank you for my Apple Watch. Like, I could sit here and come up with like billions of things to be thankful for. I mean, just anything. Like, I'm thankful I have electricity right now. I'm thankful I have a roof over my head. Like, it's raining outside and I'm dry because I'm in this building. Like, I'm thankful for that. And the way to appreciate your life a little bit more is to be thankful. One thing I've learned through losing people is that I haven't been thankful enough for my family while I have them. Because I don't, you know, and it's not just me, like, we tend to not think about these things until the worst has happened. So when my stepdad died, then it was like, oh my gosh, like, I wasn't thankful for him being alive. Like, I never was thankful that he was healthy, and I wasn't thankful when he was here. Like, I was, but, like, I didn't express that or really go out of my way to show that I was thankful for that. And when he got sick, I regretted that. And it was the same feeling with my grandma, that I didn't appreciate her enough while she was here. And then, you know, when they get sick, you're just like, oh my God, like, I should have called more and blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to get emotional talking about that. So we're going to end that there. But this reminds you to say thank you for those things. Like, I'm so thankful that I have my dogs right now and that they're in like perfect health. Like, I'm so thankful for that. That is so huge to me because my dogs are like my everything and I love them so much. But I think this book is so important. And I think this is an easy book for anybody because it's only a couple pages. Like, I promise you, you have a few minutes every day that you can commit to this book. Literally, I'm a pretty fast reader, but I would say it takes me like 5 minutes to read my chapter every day. So if you're a slow reader, it should take you like 15, right? Like, and that's really being like, you know, giving you extra time. I know you have 15 minutes every single day to just take a quick look at this book and read your chapter and do what it says. And it's so easy, I promise. And it will make you feel better. It really will. It has made me feel so much better. And I think this book helps me use this book more because I can manifest things after I'm thankful for them. Being thankful for the things you want to manifest or bring into your life will bring them quicker. So you need this book to make this one work even better. And then what I'm also reading right now is The Power. And The Power is all about love. And all of these books all go hand in hand. I don't know if she has any other ones, but if she does, I'll probably read them. Because you need to be thankful and you need to love to make The Secret work. And love is something that's really been lacking in my life too. I haven't shown love the way that I should. So this book has been really good too, and I can do a review on that one day too, maybe go more in depth. It honestly, these all just goes together so well that it kind of feels like I'm just reading one big book, if that makes sense. Like, it doesn't, this one goes so hand in hand with my other books that it just kind of works out. Like, you know, it talks about like being thankful, and just remember to love things. Like, love your drinks, love your things that make you happy, love your dogs, love your family. Like, remember to show love because it's so important. So when I'm done with those, which we're getting there in this one I'll probably finish pretty soon. And as soon as I'm done with that, I'm going to read this one. Oh, you can't even see it in the video. Okay, you have to zoom in, but I had like a little sticker right there that I tried to peel off and it like messed up the cover of my book, and that kind of bothered me. But anyway, I kind of started on this one. I read like the introduction or whatever, or actually I'm in the middle of the introduction. So this is going to be the next one I read. And then once I finish this one, my daily meditations, I'm going to do this one, which is also a daily meditations, but it's from the woman that wrote the You're a Badass, and it's called You're a Badass Every Day. And this one was You're a Badass at Making Money. So these two I'm going to read in combination after I'm done with these two. So I'll probably finish this Power book first because this one's like my morning read and I only read a chapter of it. And then throughout the day, I've been making a conscious effort not to get on social media. So to keep me off of social media, that's when I read my book. So anytime I just catch myself like mindlessly scrolling through Facebook or Instagram, I pull this book out. So that's why I'll probably finish this one first. When I finish this one, I'm going to start on the You're a Badass at Making Money. And then when I finish my daily thing, then I'm going to do You're a Badass Every Day. And I'll let you guys know how I feel about these two books as well. But I can say, because I'm about halfway through both of these, I really like these. I have really loved all the books by Rhonda Byron. Is that how you say her name? I'm probably butchering it. Rhonda Byron, right? Byron. Yeah, I think it's Byron, right? Byrne. That's how I would say it. But anyway, I think that she's really great. And I really like her because she takes, like, you know, all, like, big names, like Gandhi and, like, Albert Einstein and Mark Twain and, like, these big people that you know of. And she takes their quotes and she puts them in her books and makes them, I guess, breaks them down a little bit, like, makes it easier to understand. Like, you'll start the chapter and it'll, like, have a quote. This one might be easier to find. Oh, there's a check. Okay, see, so there's a quote right there, and then the chapter kind of breaks down, or kind of goes with the quote, you know what I mean? So anyway, I think that these books are really great. All of the ones I've read, by her have been really good. And then We Know I read this one, which I love, and that's why I got these two, because I really, really enjoy her writing style. This book for me, I like breezed through it. Like, it was one I really had paced myself on because I could have knocked it out in like a day. It was just so good for me. And I thought she was really motivational, and You're a Badass, the original, it was like one of those that when I was getting towards the end and I was almost done with it, I was honestly sad. Like, I was sad. And I don't know why, because I can reread it. It's not that big of a deal, but I was like, I don't want it to be over. So that's why I got these, so I can read them. But yeah, so if you're kind of in a place like I was, that you're just like feeling really negative and you don't know how to get out of that, but you really want to, I find all these books are so helpful. And you can pick up books at Goodwill, are really cheap. Almost everywhere I've been, I've seen like some sort of used book place. You can go there. Amazon a lot of times has cheaper books. Target has cheaper books. So you don't necessarily have to go to like Barnes & Noble or Books A Million. I like to go there because I just like the atmosphere there. But you know, you can get books anywhere. And for me, they're just such a helpful way to change your life. These books in particular, I love the daily meditation. I've really been enjoying this book, The Magic. But yeah, so basically what I'm telling you is that if you want to turn your life around, you can, and it's completely up to you. You cannot depend on somebody else to change your life for you. You've got to change your own life, and you can do that. And you don't have to do it through books. If you need to just go online and watch videos or whatever works for you, this is what works for me. I find that this is the best thing for me. So that's why I'm recommending it. And you can try it out, and if it doesn't work for you, find what works for you. But what you need to do is turn your life around if you're having a hard time. Like, you don't have to be sad and miserable every day. Like, you don't need to be depressed. You don't need to be anxious. Like, you can have a good life. And I believe that's why we're here, is we're supposed to enjoy life. And, you know, if you say, you can have like 1,000 excuses and be like, well, you know, I grew up and my mom abused me and my dad left, and like, you know, you can have terrible stories, and there's plenty of people out in the world that also have terrible stories, and there's people that have horrible stories that have risen up and been huge people in society. They've been the billionaires of the world, or, you know, maybe they're an amazing motivational speaker now. There are people that come from nothing and create this huge, amazing life every day. That's how the world works, and you can do it too. But you just have to have the right attitude and the right perspective. And this whole mentality of like, okay, I'm anxious, and like, oh, you know, like this whole like trend almost that's been a thing for the last couple of years to kind of be negative to yourself, make fun of yourself and stuff like that. I think that's part of the problem, and that's just completely my opinion. But I think the way that we treat ourselves is a huge part of the problem, and I'm just here to tell you that I think you should be nice to yourself, and that you don't have to. I think sometimes like we say stuff like that about ourselves, like, oh, I'm ugly or whatever, because we think we're either supposed to, or we're looking for some sort of justifications, or is that the word I'm looking for? Maybe not. But we want some sort of something from somebody else. Like, we're like, oh, I'm ugly because we want somebody to call us pretty, kind of thing. But if you're putting that negativity out there, like, oh, I'm ugly, or oh, I'm fat, or oh, I'm too skinny, or whatever your thing is, that's what you're going to get back. So don't do that. You need to have more confidence in yourself. Be your own best friend. And that's something that's really hard. I know it's hard for me, and I'm sure it's hard for a lot of people, because it's like, you know, once you start sitting there trying to be your own best friend and be nice to yourself, you start sitting there and you're like, oh, well, you know, am I being arrogant now, or whatever? And no, you're not. You're allowed to be nice to yourself, and you should be nice to yourself. And the nicer you are to yourself, the nicer you're going to be to other people. That's just the way it works. You gotta love yourself to love other people. I didn't come up with this, okay? This is just how the world works, and I'm just here to remind you that you are supposed to love yourself, and you're supposed to have a good life. So definitely do that. But anyway, I just want to talk about these books because I've been really enjoying them, and it does seem, the videos I do on books, they don't get tons of views, but they get lots of likes and comments. Like, the people that do watch them seem to really like them. So that's why I'm doing them. But I hope this helps you out and maybe gives you some inspiration. Try this book. Really, if you can. It was $14.99. You should try it. I really like it. And it will help you to change your attitude and your perspective in just 28 days, which is just, when you think you've lived your whole life feeling this one way, if this book can change my outlook in 28 days, I'm for it. And I think in the 8 days I've been working on it, that it's already helped me. So highly recommend. All of these books, they're great. And just whatever books for you, that work for you, that you do not have to read the books I'm saying, but these are the ones I like. But anyway, it's Friday. I'm gonna go groom a doodle, and I think I'm gonna groom my dogs too. Maybe finally, because I keep talking about it. Maybe. All right. Yeah, I guess that's it. It's a good day. I can tell. It's rainy, but it's still a good day. And yeah, happy Friday. Bye.